Rebel Gaming Club! Welcome, guys! This is another pickup. I'm Dan. We do this from time to time. And today's going to be a fun day because, for one, I got 3 packages from my buddy John. But we're gonna open one of those today because we're gonna spread it out. Because you know how thrifting is these days. You don't know when you're gonna see something again. So we're gonna go through one package that John sent. We're gonna go through some thrifting finds because I actually did have some luck last week. So we do have some stuff, and we're gonna have fun, like we always do over here on the Rebel Gaming Club. I'm shooting it this week on my iMac, so it's gonna be a little bit easier for me to edit and all that stuff. But I won't be standing up, but I'm going to try to give the same energy like, you know, I do when I stand up. So we're going to get right to it. John sent these just boxes upon boxes. And I was like, man, John, like you went through the whole house and you packed up the whole house and sent it down this way. It's always appreciated. It's always exciting to see what John has scooped out of his place and found. The first thing in this box, he put these Simpson comic books, which are just so cool. These are, you get like a full story in there. I love the Simpsons. John loves the Simpsons. These are awesome. We got 3 of them. Look at this. We got Bartman there on the cover, and the last one right here. These are great. I have a really good collection of Simpsons stuff. I have, like, years back at this point. I don't think I ever shot a video on it. I was, you know, the figures from the I guess, what was it, late 90s. They did figures for all the Simpsons characters. And I remember working at KB Toys, and I wanted them so bad. I had a couple of them. But I was always like, man, would it be really cool to have a full set of those? So a couple years ago, I sold the stereo receiver I paid next to nothing for and had all this money, and I spent it on this lot of Simpson figures. So I probably have like 100 figures and like all the play sets and stuff. It's a massive collection. One day we'll do a video on that, but this goes really well with the Simpsons collection. John, thank you. That's a great start to this week's episode. I will say that. All right, next up, we got some video games from John. John hit me up. He was like, I don't know if you noticed, I never collect for Xbox One, or I haven't on the channel, really, because I've never had a system. And John's like, hey, do you have an Xbox One? I'm like, I do not. He's like, well, brother, now you do. He was saying that him and the son don't really touch it. It kind of collects dust. So I am thrilled that John would be that generous to send it down this way, because there's like 5 games I've had in my collection from years back I've kind of picked up that were exclusive to Xbox One. I've always wanted to play, so we're gonna be able to get to it. And he sent some games too. The first thing he sent was this Resident Evil 2, which we know is a phenomenal game. All those remakes these days are so good with the Resident Evil series. We have Hello Neighbor. Do you guys remember this was like this was a big time deal there for a hot minute? I remember GameStop just pushing all the merchandise for this game. Essentially, it looks like a stealth game where you go into this house and you gotta like sneak around without getting caught. So very cool. I've never played it, but I've always wanted to. Need for Speed. Classic. You can't go wrong with Need for Speed, really. And this looks like it has a really good storyline to go with it, too. So I'm thrilled. I've never played this one either. We got Bendy and the Ink Machine. This was another one at GameStop that I remember when this came out, everyone was kind of raving about it. Or, yeah, I think it was like geared for the kids. And that art style is absolutely wonderful. But GameStop pushed it hard. They had all the merchandise that went with it, the figures and stuff like that. We have Bridge Constructor Portal. I mean, this looks great. It's a mashup with, I guess you're making bridges, and they just put the Portal kind of branding with it, is what I do believe. I love the Portal games, so I'm assuming this will be right up that alley. That's awesome. We got Sega Genesis Classics Collection. Now, they've ported this over multiple times, right, guys? We've seen this on PS3. We've seen it, you know, just about every system nowadays gets this port. It's a great way to play a bunch of games, really, you know. It makes me go, if I have this, why would I keep all the Genesis games I have, potentially? It's a lot easier to fire this up, really. So I've recently been thinking about it. I've done a lot of thinking. I'm like, maybe I got to pare some of this stuff down. And the Genesis would be one of the systems I feel like I could pare down. It's kind of like the Super Nintendo. I have some connection to it, but not a ton. It's not like the NES or anything like that. So, but this is awesome. This is a great, great collection. What was it? I want to say it's Shining Force is on there, which is awesome. Great way to play it. Way cheaper than actually finding the real deal. The last game I do believe that's in here is this the Lego Movie video game. Once again, another game I have not played, but it looks like there's a bunch of characters in this, you know, from the other games. You build and explore new worlds. What's there not like? You know, there's nothing not to like about it. It's a Lego game. They're always fun. Speaking of the new Lego game, the Star Wars one, that's the original trilogy, looks amazing. I would actually play that and get, you know, really into it, I think. And obviously the system's right here. That classic white, just beautiful. Oh, John, thank you so much. Like I said, we got some games upstairs already waiting that have been waiting for years, just collecting dust. State of Decay 1 and 2, I've held on to for forever, hoping that I was going to eventually get a system to play on. So we got it. John, much appreciated. And we got more packages in the coming weeks that we're going to go through. It's so much crazy cool stuff. There's one thing in there in particular that it melted my heart, almost like shed a tear, because there was a connection to it in a weird way. It's like John knew. So thank you, John. Next up, we got some thrifting finds. We went out to the thrift, had some luck. We found some DVDs, and they were on sale too. My local thrift never goes on sale, but they had box sets for one day only for $2.50 and DVDs for $1. So I snagged up a bunch of stuff. We got the series Soap, all 4 seasons. I already had a copy of this that Jerps93 sent, but for $2.50, I'm like, I might as well grab this and pass it along, you know. The show looks great. The cast looks great. A bunch of familiar faces in this. I don't know if you can see that, but you obviously recognize some of them in there. So that was a good start right there. We found a pair of pretty much brand new Chucks, which, guys, for $8, I'm snagging these up all day. I have a collection of Chuck Taylors too. Like, I found at the thrift. I probably have like 5 pairs now, and I don't think I've ever spent more than $10. Because buying these brand new nowadays is like $50, which I don't like that, you know. These should be brand new, like $30, no more. So $8, perfect. Ordered this off Macari. This is a Larry Bird. What is this? A Fanimation card of Larry Bird and Michael Jordan. I don't know if you can see that, but such a cool card. They have this whole series of basketball players where they do them as superheroes. So that's going into the Larry Bird collection that you can see right there above my finger. Some more cheap DVDs from the thrift this week. We found The Tonight Show, Johnny and Friends, still sealed up. Now, I'm old enough to remember Johnny Carson, so as a kid, my parents really didn't give a shit, especially when my dad was never around. He was always like, he left the family a lot. So my mom didn't care. I'd stay up all night, and I remember watching Johnny Carson quite often. This has a bunch of complete episodes. It looks like 28 total episodes. You got everyone from Robin Williams to Burt Reynolds, Seinfeld, Eddie Murphy, Steve Martin. So we got a bunch of great stuff there. I can't wait to fire that up. We found this, and this is an MTV release, and this is the animation show. And you guys remember this? Because I certainly don't. Obviously Mike Judge, we all know as a great animator, but this was a compilation of shorts, I guess. So looks pretty cool. We got a bunch of shorts there. Once again, $1, snagged it up. Another $1 movie, The City of Lost Children. I've always loved that cover. I feel like I've seen this movie out and about, and I've never seen this movie. How cool is that cover? So we're gonna watch that. We got this Bob Hope and Bing Crosby. If I can talk today, geez. 4 movies. I guess this was a whole series. Road 2. So, yeah, we'll watch this. I like watching older stuff right before bed. Just makes you feel good. Hiya Kids, a 50s Saturday morning. I don't know much about this, but it was a Shout Factory release, so that's always a good sign. It says it includes full episodes of Howdy Doody, Lassie, Annie Oakley, Flash Gordon, Ding Dong School, Cisco Kid, a bunch of different shows there. So I thought that was cool. Do a little time traveling here. Crusade, the complete series. I guess it didn't last very long because this box set looks like it's 1 season. Never heard of it. I snagged it up. It looks fun. We got The Dust Bowl. Ken Burns. I love Ken Burns. Anything Ken Burns, I'm always going to grab. This I was psyched about. This is the history of Iron Maiden Part 1, the early years. So awesome. That was probably the coolest DVD I found this week. I'll definitely watch this. Has some documentaries, early shows from like 81. Yep, gonna do that. I lied about that being the coolest because I forgot I got the Ghost Hunters Season 3 Part 1. I needed this too because I had Part 2, but I didn't have Part 1. Now we got it. Lewis and Clark. You guys know. Adventure. Kept a journal. Explored. Documented. Pretty amazing. We found this Charlie Chan collection. I've always wanted to watch these movies. So now we have 4 movies to watch right here. I'm going to get down on that soon enough. Ordered this off of eBay because it was kind of cheap. And this is kind of a pricey DVD if you find it normally. But it was like a Goodwill sales on there. So it was like $17. This is the Peanuts 1970s Collection Volume 1. But I told you I've been going through this Peanuts kick lately. This has a bunch of the shorts from the 70s. I already have the volume from the 60s. So I need part 2 of this, and I think we're pretty much good on collections for Charlie Brown and Peanuts.
I had this game once. Then my dad got a job.
Ordered this off of Macari. What we have here is Thundercats. Always my go-to cartoon as a kid. So we're trying to get a lot of the figures. There's some that are just too pricey I'll never find, but we finally got Kit and Kat. So those are pretty cool. The condition's pretty good on these. You know, it's weird they do have stands. You know, it's unlike all the other figures in the series. Now, if I could find a Snarf, You know, we'd be pretty good. I'd be like, okay, we can call it a day on the Thundercats collection, other than the tank. You know, we got to find the tank one of these days. But another good piece for the collection right there. And you guys like Thundercats? I'm sure. But to me, they were better than G.I. Joe. It was better than all those cartoons. Better than He-Man. I connected way more. More figures here. These were out at the thrift. We got a Deadpool. Nice big one here. I've been getting these lately. I've been finding a bunch. I got Incredible Hulk last week. We got I have a Thor over here. So we got this Batman. It looks like it's from 2017, 18, I do believe. Still has the cape. We found this Iron Man. And this Joker. That's a good looking figure right there, guys. So those are 50 cents each. This is so cool. Like, I'm probably going to use this box to store my guitar stuff, you know, like strings and peg winders and stuff like that. All the tools to kind of work on guitars. This is a Hershey's s'mores box. Look at that. Looks like chocolate bars on top. Right? No clue why this was made. This must have been like maybe like Walmart or one of those stores years back sold like some sort of kit, you know, for Christmas that would have been the box with all the stuff in it, I'm assuming. But the box is really well made. It's a really cool little piece of history there. Let's see if I can find a date on it. No, not seeing a date. Nonetheless, very, very cool. Last thing this week before we tune out. Do you guys watch anything this week? Anything? Yes? No? I've been watching The Circle on Netflix. I'm obsessed with trash reality, and that's pretty trashy, really. What else did I finish up? I feel like I watched something else too, but I'm drawing a blank. Let me know what you're watching down below, because I'm always curious. It's fun to see what you guys are watching. Before we get out of here, last thing we snagged up was this Joker 66 McFarlane toy here. You've seen the last few weeks, I've been trying to collect all these, and I finally found this for cheap. I wish I would have known about these when they were coming out initially, because I would have bought them then. So I've had to pay a little bit of a premium, but not much. I think this was $19-20. So retailed for $17 originally. So pretty cool. I think I have all the figures that I need. Catwoman is optional. I might get that, but maybe not. And the Batmobile, I'm still looking for. It's a bummer. We'll find it though. We'll find it. So guys, that's gonna do it. Thanks to everyone that watched last week. It was good feedback to let me know. This is cool that we do some of these standalone kind of episodes. We're gonna do some live stuff too coming up, because I want to go through some of the John boxes live. I think it would be better to interact and have a good time that way. So that's gonna wrap it up, guys. Until next week, do what you do, and toodaloo.